So we're taking this from my phone because the camera battery died, but we just left Wallworks, and now if we hit 30 miles an hour, between 30 and 35 miles an hour, it's just like it feels like a wheel is completely about to come off. It just is out of balance like crazy. And so we called Wallworks, and they said, yeah, bring it back in the morning, which I think Tim's gonna just go stay the night there because we can't leave the cats out there, and that way we don't have all this traffic in the morning at 7 a.m., which will be a nightmare. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but you can feel it when you're going super slow, and then it really starts to wobble at like 35. And we had the brakes fixed, and the ABS light is still on. So I don't know what that's all about. What is it with us and vehicles and not having any luck with mechanics? Because what the hell? So I'm trying to remain calm. I'm at Wallworks for the third day in a row. First day was Sunday. We had an appointment. We came in. They were supposed to do an oil change, check the brakes. They came back. They said the oil change was done. The brake pads needed to be replaced, but that the rotors were perfect. He even said the word perfect. Second day, because we had to come back because when we left here, the brakes were locked up. And they weren't before, but they were when we left. So we couldn't get over 35 miles an hour without it wobbling, not to mention the fact that when we stopped, no more than 5 miles away, the rims were so hot you couldn't touch them. So we called them, we told them, they said bring it back, they'll fix it. Okay, we brought it back yesterday. Yesterday, they said it took them all day again. So this is 7.5 hours on Sunday, 7.5 hours yesterday, almost 8 hours yesterday. And they took all that time to tell us that we needed new calipers and rotors because the rotors were warped and the calipers were rusted, which they didn't tell us on Sunday, which they should have. Then they said we owed them another $2,005 or something like that because that's how long it's going to take today to do the brakes. Even though they had it all day Sunday, all day Monday, and now all day Tuesday. And we've spent a little over $3,000 total so far for a brake job at Wallworks in Fargo. So I'm not really sure how they do business this way, but we're being punished because they didn't find the brakes were bad on the first time. They locked up our brakes, and then when we came back, now they're charging us $280 per hour for every single hour that we've been here, which is well over what the book times it out to be for that job. So I'm not really sure what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna have to pay to get our camper back. We did call the dealership that sold us our RV. Not that it's their fault, because it definitely is not. But I told them the situation we were in, and they were really gracious enough to call down here yesterday and offered to pay $1,000 worth of our brake job. They just said, hey, we want to help you out. We want to make sure that you're safe on the road with one of our RVs, so we'll throw $1,000 at your brake job. Awesome. Today, my husband went down there. They said they have no record of that money, even though they told the guy from Marquardt RV yesterday that we only owed $500 and some dollars. Then they took that $500 and some dollars, but they have no record of it today. I'm not sure how Wallworks in Fargo stays in business, but I've never heard of anything like this in my life. It's the worst screwing. There's no other word for it. Just, it's the worst screwing over I've ever gotten from any place ever in my life. And I've lived in the United States my whole life, so I've been screwed over a few times, but this is just above and beyond belief, because I don't even understand how they get away with this. I'm calling Valley News Live tonight for their whistleblower hotline, and that would be Dave. So I'm calling whistleblower hotline tonight on Valley News Live here in Fargo to explain to them the situation that we're paying literally nearly 6 times more than what they should have charged us for a simple brake job. They're doing it because they know we live in our RV. We don't have a huge income. We're not a trucking company, which they're used to screwing over, and the trucking companies just bend over and take it, apparently. We, on the other hand, don't have unlimited checks to write, and we explain this to them and they just absolutely don't care. There's an elderly gentleman here that literally wouldn't look me in the eye, really, but he just went, "It is what it is," and walked away. So if this is the way your company does business in this country, I don't understand how you're still in business while work, but I'm going to make sure to print this story. I'm putting it on my website. I'm going to write this whole thing out in a journalistic style as an experience that we've had. And I'm at the end of my rope.